This is Python's Paradise. This is your host, Greg Gilbert, aka the Python Hyena, here on this well, I guess it's a little milder today, in terms of the cold out there. I know yesterday I had a hard time getting my car to start because of the cold, but had no problem today. But nonetheless, I'm not here to talk about our cold winters here in New Brunswick, Canada. I'm here to talk about the guest I have on today for the third time. He's gone through traumatic experience seeing Scotty McCoy and his boxers in the movie, and he ate stale cereal because he's got a little post-traumatic syndrome going on here. But I think we're going to see him through this. Maybe we'll see. We'll see what his condition is like today. Folks, I give you the guy who played Relic, the killer in Samhain. I give you the awesome Brett Harris. How do you do, Brett?
I'm freaking nervous, man. CSHR, Python's Paradise, the Python Hyena himself. Come on. This is great. I love it. No, I'm doing good, man. How about you?
I'm doing fine, doing fine. Just did a cleaning job this morning and come back here to do this, and got a couple buildings to do tonight, and yeah, I'm happy to do this. You're my 16th this year, and we're just barely halfway through the month. I'm like, this has
You're
been
pumping it out.
I think this has been my busiest January that I can remember.
That's awesome.
Last year I did 8 in January. Well, you're number 16, so I've doubled that already. And I've got people booked. So there we go. I just had Scotty on 2 days ago.
Yeah, I know. I got the pictures from that. I wasn't happy. He desecrated my relic statue.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah, he sent me the pitch. He was rubbing it in right away. You know how he is.
Oh yeah, he stuck his underwear up on your relic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you must have loved that.
He's something else.
Yeah, he made you eat stale cereal in that film.
I did that on my own. I can't blame him for that. That was an improv move. I didn't expect it to be 3 years old though.
No, I blame him for it anyway. Anybody that goes to work and is smiling and loving his job, there's something wrong.
Yeah, definitely. Well, when it's a real job anyway.
Yeah. How have you been?
I've been doing good. Busy.
Yeah.
Busy behind the scenes.
You got a lot of snow there?
Yeah, it snowed out. My kids are home today on a snow day again.
Yeah.
So they're off in their respective corners doing their virtual schoolwork.
Oh, that's gonna suck. We didn't have that when I was young.
No. Let them have the day off so they could go out and play. They're tied to a computer. It's horrible.
Yeah.
And then it ties me to the computer too.
Yeah. Well, you could always, get Scotty McCoy to take care of that problem.
Yeah, he's an IT guy. He can handle that computer stuff.
Yep. Well, look what I got.
Nice.
Yeah, there you are back there.
That's the original one though.
Yeah.
That remake, I heard there was a remake of it that somebody did that turned out to be way better than the original one. Something about the killer cut.
I don't know.
Come on, you had to see it if you follow my social media at all. I redid it. I re-edited the whole movie. I got Scotty's permission and I redid it Relic's way. I named it the killer cut.
Oh, I got to see that.
I have it on YouTube. It's a whole alternate version. I changed everything.
Did you make the acting better in it?
Well, I could only use the original cuts, but I cut out a lot of the crummy stuff. It's still
it's 10 minutes.
Yeah. It's still a turd, but it's a highly polished turd now.
Yeah. I was talking to Scotty about that. I'm glad I don't want to tell somebody their movie's good if I don't think it is. And I had no issue really with you in the movie. I know Amanda was not happy with things I said about her performance. But here's the thing. Look, my apologies to Amanda, but here's what I'm going to say. If your character, if they go to the window and they're explaining that your character is being drugged by the hair past the cemetery, then when you come in to the house with these game nerds, I expect you to react like you were just drugged by the hair past a cemetery, and not just by anybody, but your escaped lunatic father. She comes in, she plops her ass in the chair with her knee up, like somebody just butt in front of her at Walmart.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you might. Now it's not going to be the greatest film ever, but it is definitely better. All you got to do is hit YouTube and look up Samhain Killer Cut, and it should put you right to it. I
I'm
mean,
gonna,
it's a
I'll look at
completely
it.
different beginning. It's a completely different beginning. I kind of changed the storyline by the way that I re-edited the clips.
Hmm.
I fixed up some of the audio that was bad. I zoomed in on myself a little bit more on the kills. We got to get more relic. You need more relic in
Yep.
that movie. That's all. So I did think, like I said, I only had the original movie to work with. I did it on my own time. I got Scotty's permission and blessings to go ahead and make my own killer version of it. But I think it came out pretty good. But the thing is
I'll look at it. Yeah.
I don't think anybody wanted to give it a shot. If they saw the first one, they weren't interested in seeing mine. So,
I'll
and
watch
I think
yours.
that would have been the way to do it, because then you'd have something to compare it to and be able to see if I actually did a half decent job.
Another thing too, the woman that played Amanda's mom, when she comes in there, does she ever sound like she's reading off a teleprompter or what?
Well, she had a lot of problems too, and she said it. Um, these people came in, and like myself, I didn't really know what to expect coming in. It was my first, well, not my first, but one of my first movies, and definitely the first one where I was like the star in it or whatever. So I didn't really know what to expect. And a lot of these people that came in come from like a live play background or
Hmm.
theater. All right. So they're used to practicing, performing. They got to hit their words. They got to be on their spots on the stage. They have to have everything down. Well, she
Hmm.
went through and learned the whole script. And then when we got there and it was her time to act it, the whole script changed 5 minutes before she was ready to go on.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Some people, like these theater people, they're great, and but they don't have the improv. And a lot of that movie was just, we were just flying by the seat of Scotty's pants. You know.
Well, I had no real issue with you as far as you go, and Tyler Ebert threw in a few funny insults, in there, um, but no, I'd be open to watching the Killer Cut. Why
Got to do
not?
it, man. You got to do it, and then you got to give me a review. I don't care. I don't even care if you chop me up on it. It can't be any worse than what you already did with the first movie. But you got to give me a review, because I'm no director or nothing like that. I just messed around. I just thought, I was at all four showings in Pottsville,
Hmm.
and I held Q&A sessions with everybody after. I mean, shit, the one show I think I was there for like an hour. They actually had to kick us out of the movie theater. We were there for almost an hour after the show was over. Just people coming up and talking to me and stuff, and telling me what their stories were, and me explaining how we went through some of the processes.
Hmm.
But I know what I would have changed personally, and I know what a lot of them were saying too. So I took that idea, and when Halloween came around, then Scotty's not doing anything. I was like, Scotty, we got to do something for Halloween. I don't care if you're in the middle of 72 or what. You got to do something for Halloween. You're running a film company. You know what I mean? So I sprung the idea at him, and I said, let me redo Samhain, the killer cut version, and it'll be like there's always the editor's cut or the director's cut or something like that. So why not make a killer cut? So that's what I
I
did.
think he should re-release the Blu-ray and put the Killer Cut on it, kind of.
Oh man, I think he should just throw the killer, release the. I told him too. He has the thing. Well, he wanted to do the book. He gets too many projects going. I think Scotty's a great guy, but I think he gets too many fires
Yeah.
burning, and he doesn't know which one to put out first, and then it gets him in trouble. But he was going to do the book, and I promoted the hell out of the book too, because of course my face is on the cover of his book. Like, I promoted the hell out of the movie. It's going to be on Amazon. You can do this, you can do that. Everybody's like, all right, when can we see it? And then it comes out, and like nobody can see it. I'm like, yeah, well, and then I'm promoting the book. I'm on the cover of the book. Check this out. Check that out. Hey, when's this book coming out? Well, I'm like stuck on everything. But I told him when he's going to release the book, he said he has something else in the wraps now. We got to wait till he finishes up what he's doing, and then he can get back to the book thing. But he could either do that, or I won't let Relic die. See,
No.
I still get, for as shitty as the movie was, it's funny because I still get a lot of people coming to me, hey, when's Relic coming back? When are you going to do Relic again? Right. So there's more than enough demand yet for Relic. And I was talking to Scotty. This is a good one too. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. The guy could be blowing smoke up my ass. You know how all of this stuff is. But I got word from a wrestling promoter. His little wrestling thing got shut down while he had a little indie wrestling thing. It got pretty much clobbered during COVID. He gave up on it. He was a professional truck driver for a while, but he wants to get back into the wrestling thing, and he wants Relic to be his first match. So we may see Relic coming back and doing a little bit of wrestling later on this year sometime. We're looking towards the end of summer, fall, maybe. Possibly.
How about the first match, Relic versus your wife?
I don't know. That's going to go into a whole different video zone there.
Yeah, but would Relic win?
Oh, hell no. Nobody beats my wife.
Or Relic versus Scotty's boxers?
We already saw who won that one.
Yes, Scotty's boxers.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to do that one for real.
You see, I'm showing you what matches to avoid. You could throw Scotty's boxers in the middle of a battle royal, and everybody would jump over the top rope.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but I see Relic holding up a championship wrestling title somewhere in the near future.
Well, it can't
That
be
would be
any
pretty
worse
cool.
than what's going on with wrestling today. Like, wrestling today is such shit.
I'm telling you, it's not. AEW.
No, I'm talking
AEW.
about WWE. I don't
I don't,
watch AEW or any of that stuff, but
I don't even know what WWE is anymore. You got to watch AEW. That's where it's at.
I do like AJ Styles and I like Charlotte Flair, but that's about the end of my compliments as far as, like, I got a lot of those LJN rubber figures from back in the day. That was back when the the characters had personality, that's why they're so memorable.
Yeah, well, AEW has a lot of WWE's people. They're bringing in a lot of people from New Japan. It's a
Mhm.
combination. There's people from Impact. They combine the belts. You could have a match for the Impact Championship belt on an AEW TV program. Like they're trying to bring it all together and make it. They never run out of matches because they have unlimited supply of people. They just pull them in from the other promotions. It's pretty cool.
Well, I wonder if they're going to topple WWE. WWE seems to be going out of the way to shoot themselves in the foot.
Last night on AEW Dynamite, John Moxley came back. He was out for a while getting
Hmm.
himself fixed up in rehab and stuff. He came back. He wasn't in the ring for 2 seconds, dropped an F-bomb, had a fan kicked out of the place, went on a rant like crazy. I mean, like, it is not anywhere near WWE. The women's matches, the women at the end of the match are covered with blood. They won't let somebody get a scratch on WWE. The women are bleeding like crazy on AEW.
Oh, I like that.
I'm telling you, man, check it out. I told you last time we were on to check that out.
Well, one of the big problems with WWE now is they don't let people bleed anymore. And I'm not saying people need to bleed in every match, but I do know this, it brought a certain amount of believability to the matches. Like, I remember Terry Funk once said, he said, "You may not believe wrestling, but you'll sure as hell believe in me."
Yeah.
And Terry delivered that.
Oh no, they have women doing table matches, going through the tables, chairs, tacks. There were tacks involved in the last women's match.
Yeah, but I've been watching a lot of the independents too. I know Roddy Piper's daughter Ariel is involved in the independents, and I like watching her. I discovered another one named Christy Jane. I really like, you know, um, and they get involved in some really good stuff. But one of the problems I find with WWE is that there's a reason why Steamboat Savage WrestleMania 3 is hailed as such a great match, because a lot of these guys that Vince is pushing are not going to deliver that,
Yeah.
you know? Like, I get to hear these people talking about how great the Attitude Era was. And compared to today, sure. But I don't look at Steve Austin and The Rock. I don't see great wrestlers there.
That whole era, it wasn't so much about the wrestling, and that's why they call it the Attitude Era. It was about that FU attitude. It was about the rebellion. It wasn't
Mhm.
so much wrestling. It was about that rebellious attitude. They were more
Yeah,
shenanigans than they were wrestling.
yeah. But most of the times, if I sit at my computer and watch wrestling, I'll watch stuff from, the 70s and the 80s and maybe a little bit of the 90s, but mostly the 70s and the 80s, you know?
Eventually, I'm going to get you hooked on AEW.
Yeah.
It's going to take some prodding, but I think I might be able to do
I don't know. I've been listening to Jim Cornette, and I'll tell you
it. I don't listen to him.
What Jim Cornette says is gold.
Yeah.
Yep. Jim Cornette once was talking about Vince Russo. He said I'm going to quote him. I don't know where he comes up with this stuff. He said he'd get the biggest raving hard on if he took a baseball bat and splattered his brains, brains so far that that looked like a hand grenade going off into a Jello factory.
Jeez.
And I'm like, where did you come up with that?
Yeah, he's a character.
But I understand where Jim Cornette is coming from too, because I want to be able to believe what I'm watching too, even if I know it's put on. And so, yeah. And even today in WWE again, they don't have feuds today like they used to.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I remember Snuka versus Piper. That went for like a year or more. Or Rhodes versus Flair. I mean, those two had you in the palm of their hand just through their promos.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't watched it in a while. I don't even know what's going on with it anymore.
Well, I don't know what they're going to do with WrestleMania 38, but I'm like, I don't have a whole lot of faith in them. But nonetheless, I do have faith in AJ Styles and I have faith in Charlotte Flair. I think Charlotte's a talent. I do like her, but I want to see people go in there and wrestle and put on a show. And I don't want to see dumb decisions happen in some of these matches.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. But I talk a lot of wrestling with Scotty. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, Scotty was the one that told me to go on Cameo and throw the Doubtfire challenge at some wrestlers. And I love Tori Wilson because Tori Wilson didn't even question it. She did it.
We're still going to do it. I'm going to get the whole family in on the next one. We're just getting some other stuff buttoned up and
Hmm.
working on getting the time for it.
Oh yeah, your
It won't
wife
be
is
long.
down for it.
Oh yeah, it won't be long now. And since they're all in the last movie now, man, they're all movie stars with me now, so that'll be great.
Oh, so you go get the son and daughter in it too?
Yeah, both the daughters, Gage, the wife.
Hmm.
And it's
Yeah,
fun. That last movie was something. That was a big surprise. We'll have to get into that.
we'll
72.
yeah, I got a special thanks on it because I made a little donation to that or contribution. But yeah, Tori did a Doubtfire face challenge, but yet Lillian Garcia, I throw it out to her and she goes, cameos for birthday shout outs and blah 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 blah. And I'm sitting there thinking it's for whatever you want it to be,
Yeah.
you know? So she just wants money to do as little as possible with little effort and put on a phony little performance in front of the camera for whoever orders it. James Ellsworth did it.
Oh, he's a funny guy. He'll do anything.
Yep. He had no problem doing it. And so I like him. Teal Piper did it. I always say get her to do the most bizarre shit on Cameo. She's like rolls her eyes at me now.
Yeah.
Yep. So like I got her to sing a Christmas song on at Christmas time, and she started flub up the words, and then she goes, "I'm not your clown, Greg. I'm not your fucking clown." I loved it. But anyway, yeah, but I've had a hard time getting people in the industry involved with that. But and it's even caused me to pull away from 13 Fanboy, which I've been told by a third party. I put $3,000 into that movie, and I was happy Ron Sloan did it, and I think Lar Park Lincoln is down to doing it. But uh, Judy Aronson was going to do it, and then she told me to retract my request, and I'm like, yeah, I'll remember that if I ever see her at a con,
Yeah.
you know. Um, and I've had one or two other people pass on it, and I'm like, for a guy that put a lot of money into that movie, I don't feel appreciated.
You know what? I've been finding, and it's being new to this whole thing pretty
Mm-hmm.
much. I've been finding that it's not, the community is not as strong as what they lead you to believe it is.
Yeah.
Like I even know what doing. When I got into this, I thought, all right, I was doing pretty good. I was making a comeback with the stunts. I was doing pretty good, building a new YouTube channel. It's like, this is going to be. I had a good year going.
Mm-hmm.
I signed on to do Samhain. I thought, this is awesome. This is going to get me a lot more exposure, bring a lot more people in. It's going to help me get a lot more. It's going to help me get a lot more done with my charity for the Great Cycle Challenge. I'll be able to raise more money for the kids. I mean, that's always my biggest focus. I know I'm not going to get rich or famous off of any of this, but I have that one charity that I really believe in, that I like to do good for. And more exposure I get, the more people I can get involved with that.
Yep.
And I thought, wow, this is going to be great. I'm going to get to do this. Well, I stopped doing all of the stunts because, of course, I don't want to get hurt or anything and blow the production on the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But like, as it was all going through, I found out that, like, there's really not. You're doing the movie, you're doing the film, and everybody's like, yeah, this is great. We're one big happy family. As soon as you're done filming, everybody goes their own way. They do their own projects, and you don't hear from them again. Like, I only had one person. We did the whole movie 72, and it was another one. Oh, big family, great. I had one person from the movie donate. That was it. And I know everybody else kind of has their own charities and stuff like that. But I mean, you could, hey, dude, I'm doing this or I'm doing that, or nice, but I'll share your page. One of
Mm-hmm.
those kind of things. But man, like, there was not one person donate. And I'm going
Wow.
through, even when I released the Killer Cut thing, there was like no real support. I think Scotty put it out, shared it somewhere or something like that. But like, the other people that were in the movie, there was really no support, no backup, nothing. And like you said, you do the things. I did a couple of different Indiegogo campaigns. I did one while we were filming Samhain. I'm not going to mention any names, but you're going to know who this is right away, probably.
Yeah.
I did one. I did one while we were doing Samhain, and I was cool. I was jacked up on it. I was like, all right, I got myself on a couple of missing. I got myself in a yearbook picture and a missing persons photo and everything, and I was in contact with the person. This is cool. If we can get this stuff out, and as things are going along, I'll help rep it while I'm repping the other movie and doing all of my other stuff. I was cool. I was like feeling, hey, I'm a part of this. This is cool. I can get involved in some of this stuff, have some fun. Well, there was dragging the feet going on. There was all kinds of cast changes, this, that, problems in the beginning of it. It got held up. But this was 2 years ago. They're now heavy going into, they have the Indiegogo for the second part of this film and everything. And I'm still fighting, trying to get my first Blu-ray. I never saw the first one yet. How could I promote anything or try to do anything to even help these people out? I never got my stuff. You know what I mean? It's, you're on a second movie already, and you didn't take care of everything with the first one yet. And again, that's
Yeah.
another one of those ones where I think, all right, they're just trying to do too much stuff. Like finish what your first project is before you move on to your next one. Get all of that stuff taken care of and then go on. Like I could have been helping out or whatever. Now I heard a bunch of bad stuff about the second one already too, and people are pulling out. But I mean, I could have, like, we're on here now, and if I would have known how my stuff came out on the first one, I could be trying to promote that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I just feel like, and in all of the groups and stuff too, like I'll post something in the group and crickets, man, there's nothing.
Yeah.
And I get kind of jealous, and I guess it's the competitive part of me. I mean, the personal part of me, I really don't care because I do my own thing anyway. But the competitive part of me, like, I know what I put in the Samhain, and I know how I did, and I know how I feel my character came out.
Hmm.
But yet there's two other people are now in all kinds of movies. They're directing other movies for other people. I put something out there, it's crickets. I was promoting Sam Hain before. I was basically the only one promoting Sam Hain, but yet everybody else is the ones that are moving along, and I got crickets on my side of the line. It's weird. I don't know. It's funny.
And yet I have you on here a third time, so it
I
tells me
know.
something right there.
I know, right? This is my third time on there with you, but still, like, though, by, you know what I mean? Like, I don't get
Yeah,
any.
but obviously I've noticed what you've been doing.
Oh, there's people that noticed. It's just
Yeah.
not the people that I thought were going to notice. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's the thing with the Doubtfire challenge with the 13 fanboy, a lot behind the scenes people did it. But
Yeah.
I ended up with I don't want to say altercation because it wasn't really an altercation, but I don't think too highly of one of the actresses in it right now who jerked me around. And I think the only one, like Ron Sloan, who played Junior in Friday the 13th Part 5, he is 100% genuine guy. He
And
asked
you
for
come
my,
across that. And
yep,
and those people and people like me meeting you and getting to do this for a third time, that's what makes it. That's what
yep.
made it real for me.
But I mean, Ron asked for my address, my mailing address one day, and I gave it to him. I didn't know what he was going to do. He sent me, I guess Jason Bradford had made a soup label for Ethel's stew from Part 5. And Ron sent me one, and I was like, you know what? How cool was it to consider me for that,
Yeah, that's
But
awesome.
like I said, I put $3,000 into 13 fanboy, and it's like they could, like Scotty said, it costs less than $5 to do that. And crickets
Dude, I know.
from
I
the
trust me. I feel you.
yep. And it's like people don't want to see me do it. I've done it a couple times, but they don't want to see me do it. They want to see these people do it.
Yeah.
And I thought for sure I would have a lot more of them than I did do this. And it's like, nope, my contribution really amounted to nothing really. And this at least is on Blu-ray. 13 Fanboy isn't even coming out on Blu-ray.
Well, that's on Blu-ray, but I don't believe you can get it anymore. I think Amazon dropped it. I
Why'd they
think that
drop it?
anybody that, yeah, I don't, it's because well, I don't know. I mean, I talked to Scotty about it because I had people that were wanting to buy it, and that was why he released it on YouTube then too. He released the full version on YouTube so people could see it. Because I had nowhere. People are asking, "Hey, where could I see this movie?" I'm like, "I think it's for sale on Amazon." I looked and it tells me I can't buy it. Well, you know what I mean? Again, there's another one. I'm still out pushing, promoting this stuff, and behind the scenes, I don't even realize that it's all just gone. Like,
Yeah.
just
Yeah. But I mean, 13 Fanboy didn't even play in Canada either.
yeah,
Played in a few places in the States, a few places in the UK. I ended up streaming it because I did, and that's the only time I've ever streamed a movie. But I ended up streaming it because this is a movie I put money into, and I didn't need people online spoiling it.
yeah,
But I'll be quite frank, I wish I didn't watch it. It's not, I actually enjoyed the movie, but it's like I should have just stood my ground. But it's not going to play on a theater where I can experience with an audience, then
yeah.
why? And after the Doubtfire challenge situation, I basically had said to them on their page, I said, don't send the perks to me. Give the perks to somebody else. I just don't care anymore. I don't feel part of it anymore. Yes, my name's on it, my pictures in the movie. I appreciate it. Thank you. But it's like, I
That's
tried to do something good with the Doubtfire challenge, and it's like they couldn't be bothered. Ron
yeah,
Sloan did do it, and once Lar Park Lincoln heals up from a spinal surgery, she wants to do it. But I didn't care for how Judy Aronson responded to it. And I had another person that I really liked is taking a pass on it. And I'm kind of like, you know what? Enough's enough. Enough's enough, Adrienne King said she would do it, but she's been nominated 5 times and she hasn't done it yet. And the last time I communicated with her was when I purchased the Friday the 13th script from her. It's like, really, like, come on,
yeah.
you know? So it's kind of like, I can't win for losing. So I just got to the point where I don't care, you know? I don't care.
Do what you want and have fun with it.
Yep.
That's the whole thing. Like this year, I'm going back to doing the bike stunts and stuff like that. I get a lot more out of that. I put a last year around this time, it was like a 7-second video of me jumping one of the little mini bikes over a snow pile. And through all of my media and through it's Wildcat Mini BMX, they posted the video too. But through my social media and through Wildcats, I have almost 30,000 views on that video. I didn't get any there's nothing, nowhere near any of that with any of the other stuff that I've been doing. Not just for a little 7-second video. Like I could do a lot more towards bringing people into what I want to do. Yeah, for all of the effort that it takes and everything going through the movies and all, and then you get the movie and it gets shoved under the rug and forgotten about. Like last year, I wasn't going to do anything last year when they were talking about doing 72.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, guys, look, I'm there for you if you need me. I'll do the stunts, whatever, maybe do a cameo, something little, but I don't want to be total into it. Well, they got me to do the stunts and I was going to have a cameo with 4 lines. I was just going to have to say 4 lines. I was like, that's cool. I can handle this. Then I could do all of the other stuff. If I get hurt, it doesn't matter because I'm really not going to affect anything by getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I read the script. It's funny. I read the script to do the stunt. So I was just going through looking at the action scene, saying, well, okay, stunt here, this, we can work this out. We can do that. I wasn't really looking at the characters' names or anything like that. But I thought, wow, this script's actually pretty good. Maybe I want to get a little bit more involved in it. So I told Carl, I said, look, if you want me to do some of the other stuff, just some regular, because there's scenes where people could get hurt, just come on and do safety stuff. Be there in case you need somebody to hold a boom mic, some kind of stuff like that. Well, 10 days before they start filming, he messaged me and he goes, hey, Brett, how would you like to be Rich in the movie? I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. Didn't really look to see what Rich was. Rich was one of the main characters. First day of filming, I had like 10 pages of script and I was 10 days out from it. I was like, oh, Jesus, what did I do to my... But it turned out to be a pretty good shoot and everything. And I figured, and this is one where maybe Samhain didn't work out so great or anything, but this character, Rich, I get to really like act and be like a legitimate kind of actor and try to get people to like me. And I thought, we'll see where this goes.
Okay.
But that was cool. Because at the time when he wanted me to do that, I was going back to the stunts and I was going back to doing music. I got some recording equipment. I figured, instead of shitting around doing nothing and just being a hobby guitar player, maybe I'll try to put some streaming stuff out, But I was working on something that was pretty cool, and he was looking for music for the movie. So I tossed the idea over to him. I said, how about I write some lyrics kind of based around what the movie is? Maybe you'll like that. So a movie that I wasn't going to do anything in, now I was the stunt coordinator, had a lead role, and he's going to use my song in the movie. So it just kept building and snowballing. Like then he has it's not zombies or anything in it. He calls them the V's, the violence, the ones that are infected. Well, he needed extra of them. So that was where my wife and all of my kids got involved in too. So like now it wasn't going to be anything. And now I got all of these credits going and the whole family gets to be in the movie with me. So that was that was an awesome experience. I can't wait to see how that one turns out.
Yeah, 72 looks promising. I did make a contribution to it, so I got a special thanks. And I find it hard not to help Scotty. Scotty did 2 Doubtfire challenges,
Yeah.
and so Scott,
Scotty's a good guy. I love him. He's great.
yeah, he just doesn't know how to wear clothes.
Yeah, that's what there's if you always talk about him in his boxers. There's a scene in the movie. Honest to God, he totally defies gravity, and I don't know how he does it. He leans up against a tree with his back and slides down the tree. Now, normal gravity, of course, his shirt's going to go up because he's sliding down the tree, but at the same time, it should pull his pants up too. Somehow or another, he still ended up with his ass hanging out at the bottom of the tree. Like it completely defied gravity. Instead of pulling his pants up as he was sliding down, the tree pulled his pants down while he was sliding down. I don't know how the hell it happened.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. But
No one's face was anywhere near at the scene of that, so there were nobody hurt in that one. We were all safe distance away.
oh, I know in Samhain, Amanda was a little too close to it.
Yeah.
And she don't like me anymore because I kept bringing that up a lot. But oh well, I guess I can't please everybody. But nonetheless, if you are a real stunt to do, get your wife mad and have her beat you up.
That happens on a daily occurrence. The stun is me jumping over everything, trying to get the hell away from her.
How are things pandemic wise where you guys are?
We're pretty much, I don't know, just business as usual. I mean, there are certain things like the kids have to wear masks at school. I mean, that's like the only thing. I have to wear one at work.
Do you wear the
That's
relic one?
no. No, that's Scotty. Scotty has that. That's his baby.
Yeah.
He doesn't let me play with that at all.
Ah.
But for the most part, it's pretty much business as usual. I mean, like we don't have to wear masks going into the stores or anything like that. There's one restaurant around where they make you wear a mask to go in. We just eat at the rest of the restaurants. We don't have to.
Oh wow. We're not at that point where we can enter places with mask free.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The only time I really wear a mask is when I'm at work.
Ah. Well,
Grocery stores were clear, the restaurants and everything. We're good.
what kind of stunts are you working on? I'm not talking about movies, but in terms of Danger Dude.
Just a little. I want to try to get more out for Wildcat Mini BMX this year.
Mhm.
I managed to wrangle in a couple of sponsors for 2022. I have Skull Candy Audio is on board. Skull Candy Audio earbuds, use them now. X Brand Goggles is on board with me again. I got GoPro cameras, Slick Products, cleaning products. I have them on board. I'm an ambassador for Rep Sports and Raise Energy again this year. So I have some stuff down there. Most of the stunts are just going to be pretty easy stuff. I'll set some stuff up out in the woods. I used to do what got me started in it was like picture and video contests. When I was on my ATV, that was how I actually started, by winning picture and video contests. Just set up a nice jump somewhere with some nice scenery behind me or something like that, pull a couple of tricks. The scenery is the big thing. The tricks and the good ones. I always say that I'm the fake it till I make it king. Like if I take a picture of me doing an awesome stunt in the middle of the air and there's this beautiful scenery behind me, that works out as a good picture. And I won quite a few contests off of that. But I'll never show the video. Well, I show some of the videos because people like to see the crashes too. But I don't have a whole lot of clean landings.
Oh,
It's get that shot and then whatever happens afterwards happens.
you're like the Mick Foley of your neighborhood.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I always said it. I'm a crash test dummy since I'm about 6 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Well, tell me about 72. I haven't read up a lot on it. What's 72 about?
Uh, it kind of hits like what we were going through, but on a bigger scale version. There was a virus came out. The government quarantined everybody. Everybody was supposed to stay quarantined for 72 hours. A group of people got together and kind of gave the, you know what, screw you, we're going to go do what we want to do, and decided to go hang out in the woods. They figured they'd have a 72-hour party and wait for it to blow over. But they ran into some trouble with some other people in the woods that they didn't know were going to be there. And they didn't know that one of them was already infected before they left. So it's cool because it kind of layers out, because they're fighting a couple of different things. They're fighting the government because they don't want to be quarantined. They end up with the bad element in the woods. They kind of have to fight against them. And then they do have the virus among them, and they're fighting that too. So it's pretty good as far as the action and the storyline goes. You have three groups of people. There's the bad guys that are in the woods. You have your group of partiers, and then you have the newscasters that are all involved in it too. Like there's a newscast going on from somebody's house, trying to keep everybody in on that too. So it's got a couple of different angles coming at you. So the script was really good. The
It
only
does
thing
sound
that,
interesting. Yeah.
and like most of these indie films, there's always one wrinkle happens somewhere. The ending got changed a little bit due to some circumstances on the last day of shooting. So I got to kind of see how that goes. I was really keen on the way that the original ending, I was so hyped for it was going to be great. Like I built my whole character around the ending, the way
Talk
that the
about your
movie was going to end.
character.
And then it didn't end that way. Rich Korick, he's I wasn't going to do it when, I mean, like I was originally asked to do it, and I was like, nah, because it's all young kids, and I'm like, I'm an old guy, I ain't gonna fit in with these young kids. Well, it turned out we ended up throwing the old guy in with the young kids anyway. I hope it came out halfway decent. But it's funny because the girl that played my wife, Jill, in the movie, her boyfriend is actually an older guy with a big gray beard. So
Why didn't he
kinda,
act in it?
it kind of worked out for me that way. But he's kind of older guy. He's the dude that likes to go out and have fun and party, but doesn't like to kind of really take it over the top, where the other people are more younger and into kind of going over the top. So Rich is kind of like maybe a little bit of the balance. Even it's a good time, but let's not be stupid, you know. Kind of like
Almost,
if you had like Travis Pastrana and Johnny Knoxville. Travis Pastrana wants to do good, make the stunt look good, and nobody get hurt. Johnny Knoxville purposely wants to get hurt. So like everybody else is kind of out there partying, no regrets. Rich is partying, having a good time, but let's not be stupid about things. So it's kind of cool. And him and Jill were the only married couple. So you get the thing with him and Jill. And I really wanted to try to put a connection between Rich and Jill so that people would fall in love with their characters. And then at the end, it's not so good.
let me guess, Scotty's one of the partiers, isn't he?
Yeah, he was actually the guy that was supposed to set us up with the place that we were headed to get away from everything. And it's a good one. It's good. I think as long as it comes off the way that I think it's going to come off, it's going to be pretty good. The only thing, like I said, the end kind of didn't go the way I wanted it to because it got changed. But we covered it up pretty good, I think. The original ending would have been way better, but the one we did was pretty good.
Is Amanda one of the partiers?
No. She wasn't one of the partiers.
Let me see.
It was people that I really didn't know that were in it too, which made me a little bit nervous going into it. There was a couple of people from Samhain, but it was mostly all new people. So. But it came off pretty good.
No Tyler Ebert?
No, he wasn't in it either.
Ah.
Yags was in it. Yags was one of the partiers. So me and him got to do some stuff together again. That was fun. We worked pretty good together.
Okay.
Yags, he's in one of the major fight scenes. So that fight scene, he did awesome, man. He looked like a superhero in that fight scene. Some of the stills and stuff that we had from it were really cool. I'm hoping that Carl starts putting some stuff out soon on it so people could start getting an idea what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
And everybody that was in it's anxious to see how it's coming along and stuff. Hopefully we'll get some promo on that soon. And then I'll be able to release the song. Probably when he releases the trailer, I'll let the song out.
Well, you're also listed, and I didn't know this till today. Samhain Festival to Die For. You're returning as Relic.
I don't know where Scotty's at with that one. That's another one of those ones where he's doing so many other things and involved with so many other projects.
Not Scotty.
He's got that heavy duty man, Frosty thing, whatever he was doing. He's in with this Reunion from Hell 2 now.
Not anymore. He ended up he wasn't gonna be able to make it to that. He told me. Yeah. I've been promoting Reunion from Hell too. I was involved with the first one, but not this one, because it's just like financially, I'm not in a position right now where I can get involved in a lot of this stuff, and I get hit up a lot. And it's like I just can't,
Yeah.
And I actually didn't mind Reunion from Hell. I was actually surprised how well it turned out.
Well, if I ever get my DVD, I'll be able to tell if it did turn out well.
Yeah, you'll have to message Hayden, I think, on that.
I've been in contact, and it's getting held up. Hopefully she's going to get it out this week.
Yeah.
Hayden's
I
been
wouldn't
really,
mind.
really slow.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting my name on Reunion from Hell too, but it's just kind of like, I don't think I'm in a position where I can do it. I don't know, but nonetheless, Scotty ended up having to pull from it. He wasn't able to get down there, and so that's unfortunate.
I'd
We
like
could
to
have.
see Scotty posting more stuff about Gravestone Films projects.
Yeah,
I
no
keep
more,
I
no
keep
more.
seeing these posts about, I'm so excited to announce that I'm going to be a part of such and such, and I'm going to be a part of this, and trailers from the other stuff. And I'm waiting for the Gravestone stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he might post a pic of Relic with Scotty boxers on.
He sent that to me personally. I got it.
Weren't you impressed to get that?
Oh yeah. That's another check on my bucket list.
So what else you got coming up film wise?
I actually nothing, and it's funny because I said, like, I never know what's going to happen. I didn't really have anything planned film wise last year either, and I ended up doing 72. So
Mhm.
let's see what happens. I don't exactly have anybody knocking down my door. I'm like the invisible boy when it comes to that filming thing. Mostly what I
Yeah,
got planned for this year is a little bit more music, doing some more stunts, getting out there, promoting the Great Cycle Challenge better.
the Great Cycle Challenge. You'll have to send me a link to that, because once you and your family do the Doubtfire Challenge, I should make a donation to that. I don't mind doing that.
It's good. It helps children's cancer research.
Hmm.
I've been doing it. I did it. I guess this past year was my 5th year. I rode 1,013 miles, most of it on a BMX bike. Last year I did a regular mountain bike because, of course, the BMX bike is done. I killed it.
Hmm.
But I rode 1,013 miles on a pedal bike through the woods, on dirt roads, trails, all that kind of stuff. And so far, my earnings, well, what I raised is $6,370 towards children's cancer research funding.
Okay.
Not, not, I'm not earning like $1 million or anything like that, but for a low level little guy like me, man, I think I'm doing pretty good. Put a lot of effort into it. I really believe in it. I back it.
Well,
That's like my go-to project.
send me the link. I'll look into that. I can do that. And then you and your family do the Doubtfire Face Challenge.
Oh yeah, we're
But
in for that.
yeah, no, it's hard. It's like everybody wants your help, but when it comes to something like that, like I had another actress, a scream queen, actually. I gave $50 to her animal rescue charity that she's personally involved with. Supposed to do a Doubtfire challenge. Now she's retracting on that. And I'm like, like why? You know? So, and I had another person was involved. He's directing a film that I'm a producer on, co-producer on. And I said, look, you've got some named people in this. Could you get any of them to do the Doubtfire challenge? And he said, one actress would do it if he did it. And it's like, okay, let's go for it. And he says, it's the Doubtfire challenge isn't trending. Well, your film isn't trending either.
Yeah.
It's getting more lags when I wear the clothing from it on a video, you know? So this is the attitude I get met with, you know? It's just people that don't want to take the time.
Yeah, it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to believe in what you're doing and keep going with it, though.
But my response to that, if I see them at cons, and like with Judy Aronson, I'll use the same line on her she used on me. It's great, you're selling a lot of stuff, but this just doesn't seem right for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I mean, two can play that game, you know? So yeah, I burned a few bridges because of that, but they're bridges I purposely burned because why should I kiss their ass, you know?
Yeah, people always say you shouldn't burn bridges in case you have to go back again. Man, if you're going to burn a bridge, that's a place you don't want to go back to anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. But they crossed me, and that's my response, you know. So, yep. What else you got coming up you want to promote and plug on here?
Man, like I said, stuff comes up random too. Sometimes I don't really know. The only thing I really have, I guess, 72, whatever they're going to do with that, if they're going to release it this year, if we're going to do any promos on that, I'll have the song for that coming out. I'm working on a couple other songs. I want to release them. I'm trying to get a little bit more active on my YouTube channel. Real Danger Dude. Everything's Real Danger Dude. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. It's all Real Danger Dude.
You
That's
know,
it.
where you're sitting right now, the eagle wings on the flag behind you are coming just above your head.
Yeah. Do I look like an angel?
You look like you got two things sticking out of your head.
Viking horns. My wife always says I look like a Viking now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot. Just whatever I could pull out. Do some crazy stunts, have some fun.
Now, what was the wrestling thing you were going to talk about? Was it the you wrestling as Relic?
Yeah, he wants me to wrestle as Relic, and I talked to Scotty about it. Scotty said I could do it. I mean, I'm gonna change Relic up to my own thing. Anyway, it's not gonna be like the Relic in the movie because we we know about the Relic in the movie.
Yeah.
My wife does a lot of my artwork and stuff like that. She did the artwork on my shirt.
Mm-hmm.
We even added the gray beard now to go along. But she is going to paint my face. She used to paint all my hockey masks when I was playing street hockey as a goalie. So she's going to do some face paint, and I'm going to change the character up a little bit. I kind of have a storyline, and of course it's wrestling, so there's going to be a storyline with it. I kind of have a storyline, but it's going to be up to this promoter to see if he can pull it off or not. I have the ideas. He got to be a promoter and promote. I get tired of that because I get, hey, do you want to do this or that? And then I end up being the one that goes and promotes and works my ass off to make it happen. And then everybody else runs off into the sunset. And here I sit, you know.
Yep, I know all about it.
2 thumbs up on the stuff I post. Yeah.
So, is your wife going to be like your valet at your when you go to the ring?
She doesn't want me to do it because she knows we're talking about like a pretty crazy match to get this stuff started off. We were
Yeah.
originally thinking a ladder match, but I got a better idea than that going on in my head. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a brutal match when we do it.
You should do a Scotty's Boxers on a pole match.
Scotty on a pole.
Dangling by his boxers. You thinking about doing stuff like a steel cage match?
Actually, what I was thinking was kind of along the lines of maybe like turning it into a little movie, kind of maybe like Undertaker AJ Styles type what they did.
Oh yeah. Okay.
pull
Yeah,
something off like that.
that
Because
kind of
he's
work.
having what he's having problems with is getting a place to do it because well, with the COVID and stuff like that, people don't want to open their doors up to something like that. And he's from a farming area, so I told him, I said, man, find some place where there's some old abandoned barn or some old abandoned buildings on a farm or something. See if we can get in on that. We'll go
Hmm.
do it there. But like I
Hmm.
said, it's in the works. Whether that one comes about or not, I don't know. I'll push for it because once somebody gives me an idea and I get going, man, I'm full. See, that's the problem with me. I don't have any mid throttle. Like I'm foot to the floor as soon as I see some straightaway ahead of me, boom, foot to the floor, and I want to hit
So what you can do is you can take Scotty's boxers and use them as a foreign object.
it.
You could put Scotty's boxers over a steel chair.
There you go.
You could
That
fill
could be good.
Scotty's boxers with thumbtacks.
I fill them with thumbtacks and put them on Scotty. He would
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, well, yeah, I bet. Probably still be smiling. I see. Come on here the other day, and his facial hair was all shaved off. He
Haven't seen him in a
looks.
while.
Well, I'll tell you, he looks some friggin' strange without his little goatee. I
He
can't
probably
believe
looks
he
like a
won.
little kid.
Yeah, I can't believe he wanted you to shave your beard. Don't you ever say the same thing to you? I said to Troy Elke. Don't you ever shave that?
If the right thing came up, I might do it, but
No,
I'm not
no,
going
you're
to
not
do
allowed
it
to
for
do
just
that.
anything.
Not allowed. Not allowed.
It would have to be something really awesome for me to shave it.
Well, if I was in
I
your
mean,
position, I'd be like, well, what would make me shave it? If I had a romantic scene with Emma Stone, I might do it.
I don't know. See, we were going in a totally different direction on that. I feel bad now. I was kind
Yeah.
of thinking to myself, if I ended up in a horror movie and Kane Hodder chopped it off with a machete, I might let it go for that.
No, Jay. No. If they said to me, said, look, you got this nice romantic scene, steamy scene with Emma Stone, because Emma Stone's my crush. I'd be like, oh, okay. Okay. I could bend the rule on that. I mean, Emma Stone might throw up,
that
seeing me in that scene with her, but I'd be liking it.
that would be a little bit harder for me. I think my wife would cut my beard off with a machete if I tried to do something like that.
There you go. How long have you been married?
Oh, we're married 13 years now. We're
Yeah,
together 15. Together
how'd you
15, married 13.
how'd you meet?
I had a job. We worked together. She was actually one of my bosses at work.
Oh, oh, so she had your nuts in a handbag.
Yeah, always from the first day we met. she's always been
Okay.
my she's always been the boss.
How did you guys get connected romantically?
Yeah, we were just hanging out and just hit it off real good as friends, and things just went from there.
She made you stay after hours for work, right?
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
special projects.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Glad that worked out. I'd be a little nervous if it was my boss. I guess she's still your boss, technically.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Except that you're supposed to be taking care of the kids. What she is she taking care of the kids right now?
Yeah, she had today off, so she has the kids. It worked out pretty good actually.
Is
Because
she
when we had this set up, I was figuring out the kids will be in school. I didn't know she was going to have the day off because she only gets her schedule the week before. So I
yeah.
figured she'll be at work, the kids will be at school. We'll have some time. I could do it and have the peace and quiet. And the kids ended up getting a day off, but she was off too. So she got them. She's riling them up.
And now you're in trouble because you're on here talking to me.
Oh, she's going to watch this interview because she knows she's in it.
Yeah.
What'd you say about me? Nothing but good stuff, honey. Nothing but good stuff.
All good stuff. That's right. Yeah.
She was, I'll tell you what, I got to throw props out to her. She was awesome in 72. She got to be one of the, she was kind of like in the lead, and she's kind of more reserved. She doesn't like to be out in the public and stuff like that. But Carl wanted her to scream to alert the other, like the alert the other V's that somebody was coming.
Yeah.
And she didn't know if she could do it. But I liked it. The video game Days Gone. I play that all the time. And they have a thing in there where there's one of the freakers, they call them in there, is a screamer. And they scream and alert all of the other freakers to come eat the people. But
Hmm.
I yelled out to her, and it was cool too, because Carl even let me operate the camera. I got a camera operator credit too, because I got to operate the camera to shoot my family being in this scene. It's awesome. That was the best day at work ever. I loved it.
So
But
did you?
I yelled at her, I said, Becky, just do a screamer, bitch. And she turned around and she kind of kneeled down and put her hands in front of her and put her head back and left out a scream like crazy. It was awesome. I was so proud of them. All of them, they were freaking great. I love it. Like I can
So
do all of this stuff, and seeing them do it, it makes me even happier, you know?
so what'd you do? Dangle Scotty's boxers and a stick, and that made her scream?
All you got to do is mention Scotty's boxers and she'd scream. She doesn't even have to see him.
Yeah.
But yeah, she did awesome. I was so proud of her. I couldn't believe she did that.
Well, she'll have to be on camera to do the Doubtfire challenge.
Yeah, she will. We'll all be on camera. I got to figure
Yeah.
out how I want to do the pie, how we do it yet.
Yeah.
We'll get it though.
Yeah. She wasn't on there when you did it before. So,
No, I had the other two kids in it, but she wasn't on it.
well, now you get all of you do it. So there you go. At least you guys are down for it, you know. Some of these bigger performers is like pulling teeth.
Do I see? That's the thing. Like I really don't think of myself. I don't. It kind of bums me out that I don't get. Like sometimes I feel like I should get some more credit than what I do for the stuff that I do.
Oh, I
But
agree.
I'm really only doing it for. I'm not really doing it for anybody else. I'm doing it for me. Like I said, the things I get to do. Now, Gage got to be in the first one with me,
Hmm.
so he got some acting experience. Got to do some stuff. He was in the Friday the 13th short that we did. Me and him did what, and I was kind of disappointed in that too, because in the film it didn't come out for the stunt that me and him did on that. We did a pretty crazy stunt on that. So he got to do some of that stuff with me. He's in the next one with me. It's like the whole family's in. I was so proud. They got, when they went through the makeup and they came out, and the little one, my little one Morgan, she's only 6. They they made her up with the blood all over her and everything, and then gave her this shredded up teddy bear. So she's like all bloody and stuff, and she was just like pissed. She wasn't really having any of it. She thought it was cool at first, but when she realized what went into it, it wasn't fun anymore. So she's all done up in the blood, and she has this little raggedy teddy bear she's dragging around, and you could tell visibly like she's just pissed. She just doesn't want to do this anymore. So she's just kind of walking around. It was fun. It was great. I can't wait for it to come out just to see how their stuff shows up. It was awesome.
Well, I look forward to 72. You know, I mean, if this is a start, then you can only get better from there. So practice makes perfect, and 72 sounds like it's gonna be a decent film. Hopefully, we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and then we'll get the follow up to Samhain, see what the festival party is.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna. Scotty had some big aspirations for that too, but then there was a little bit of this stuff. He wanted the story to be darker. He wanted to go back farther into it, and I don't know. We got to
He
see how it
wants
works out.
he wants it to be Samhain, the stale cereal edition.
Well, what I did with the killer cut in the original Sam Hain, they spent a lot of time talking about Justin Freed and his child molesting stuff and everything. I cut all of that out of my version, so there's none of that in there. He's just kind of crazy.
Yeah.
The way and if you watch the way that I tried to put it together, if you watch mine, um, he was, I guess, bipolar kind of
Hmm.
guy and had problems and got into some trouble at home. And the wife and the daughter called the cops on him, and he got put into a sanitarium. And they kind of did experimenting on him and stuff like that. And that was why he broke out and went after them.
Hmm.
So it's kind of more of along that lines more than the whole child molester freaking thing.
Yeah.
And the girl that I drowned in the cereal in the original one, she was pregnant. I kind of thought that was a little creepy, having the older looking guy with the teenage looking girl, and she was pregnant. So I deleted the pregnant thing out. She's not pregnant in my version. They are
Mhm.
still together, trying to get her father's approval, but she's not pregnant. So there's
Yeah,
a couple of changes I made.
the drowning in the cereal bowl, that was kind of a creative kill.
Yeah.
And then you just had to eat some of that cereal.
Yeah, that was a bad idea on my part.
Yeah. I guess she was eating some of it too.
It was she did a really good. I got it. A lot of people said about her acting and stuff, but I got to say at that part, it was pretty good because I actually did put her face into the milk in the bowl, and she was under the milk and burbling, blowing the bubbles out of it to make it sound like she was. So that was pretty. She put it into that one. That was pretty good. The girl, she actually had her face in it, blowing bubbles in the milk to make it sound like she was drowning. Pretty good.
Well, that's a new kill. That's a
Yeah.
new kill. Well, you know what? It was wonderful having you come back on here today, and like I said, next year, when hopefully 72 is out and whatnot, I'd be happy to have you back. I'm always open to having you on here.
Dude, I'm honored. I love it.
Oh yeah.
I could do this all the time. It's great.
Oh yeah. Well, I put you on the list of people to have back on because I knew you'd have some updated new stuff to talk about.
I stay busy. I make sure to do stuff just to talk to you about.
Well, yeah, it's nice to make me a priority. Yeah. Anything else you want to plug before we close off?
um, anybody that didn't see it yet, watch the Killer Cut. It's on YouTube. Just look up Samhain Killer Cut. You better watch it, and I want to see a version of you maybe reviewing it. Let me know what you think of it. Um,
Yep.
my other channels, Facebook, Instagram, at Real Danger Dude. Great Cycle Challenge. It's Great Cycle Challenge /writers /Brett Harris. I
Hmm.
have all of that stuff posted on all my channels. If
Hmm.
you're into fitness and energy drinks, repsports.com. Use code Danger Dude. Get 15% off of everything you buy. What? I'm saving you money even. Putting my body on the line and going out and saving you people money on the stuff you want to buy.
Scotty's not about staying fit.
But he's about fitting in those boxers. That's what he's about.
Yeah, he had to pull those things out on the interview, and I was like, Scotty, I don't need to see those. Who
Did he
puts
give
their
you a
huh?
did he give you a close up of it so that you could actually see his face on there?
Yeah, like
Yeah, see,
who?
that's what the camera missed in the movie.
I'm like, who puts their own face on their boxer shorts? Like,
I don't.
I mean, come on, Scotty. If you happen to break wind or you have sweaty balls, it's gonna be all over your face, man. Come on, have more
See,
respect for yourself.
if you think from a merchandising standpoint, though, maybe relic on a pair of boxers, have relic on the boxers, and then have the little saying, "Want to clown around?"
You could have where the nose is. You could have an open hole where it could go Pinocchio. Wear those around the wife.
Yeah, there you go.
That'll be a stunt you probably won't come back from.
Probably not.
Oh man, you know what? It was great to have you on here today. It's been a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm gonna watch the Killer Cut. If the Killer Cut, if I happen to like that, then I think they should put that out as opposed to this one. Then
It wouldn't be bad to release it. I don't know.
talk to Scotty.
I even did the Scotty sent a picture of me to me at one point. He was messing around with different pictures and stuff of Relic for like promos and stuff. And one of the pictures that we never used, I asked him if I could use it for that too. So the picture that's on the front of that is something that nobody's ever seen before.
There you go.
So that came out pretty cool too.
There you go. Well, anything else?
No, I think I got everything.
I
Oh,
think
oh,
we,
wait. There's one important
ah,
thing I don't want to forget. I don't want to forget this. I got to throw a huge shout out to my mom and dad. Tomorrow is their anniversary. Get this. They're going to be married for 66 years.
oh my goodness. How do people
That
tolerate each other that long?
that is awesome. I'm so proud of them. Yeah, mom and dad married 66 years tomorrow. So happy anniversary, mom and dad.
Holy cow, I'm gonna be
That's a lot.
50 in July, so they were married before. Wow.
Yeah, that's a tough one, isn't it?
Wow. You know what? You don't hear about that in Hollywood, I'll tell you that. You rarely hear about it.
No, that's one of those things that you don't hear about a lot at all anymore.
Nope. Wow, I think that's awesome. Congratulations to your parents on that. My folks have been together, I think they're married in either 69 or 70, I don't know. So they've been married a long time as well. Back then, people actually worked things out. Today, it's now like,
Yeah.
well, you left you snore in your sleep, we're getting a divorce. You left your underwear on the floor again, we're getting a divorce, you know?
I agree. It's tough.
Yep. You and your wife were together for 15 years.
Yep.
You
Married
think
13.
you think you're gonna stay, you think you're gonna make it to 66?
I don't think I'm going to live long enough to make it to 66. That's quite a ways off. I'm no spring chicken, Greg.
I'm no spring chicken anymore, you know, so
Well,
yeah, I'm gonna be 50 this year, and I'm sitting here thinking, at 50, is this where I gotta go in and have the doctor stick his hand up my ass? Is that what that you do at 50 now?
I always tell everybody that I'm a 10-year-old trapped in a 52-year-old's body.
You know what? S- Scott Sheffro from Last House on the Left said the same thing. He was the young guy that was one of the with the killers in it,
Yeah.
and he said his wife considers him very immature. But you know what? I like that. I like that. You know, the young at heart. You know, I like that. So
It's the way it is. I was and back in the day, things were always they were a lot looser when we were kids and stuff. So my
yeah,
dad was always doing shit like giving me beer and everything like that. If he wanted me to go to sleep, he gave me a bottle of Yingling beer. Yingling's from Pottsville. I grew up in a place, America's oldest brewery is my hometown. But I say that every now and then too, and I get some weird looks. I'm the same drunken 10-year-old I always was. I don't know what you're talking
there you
about.
go. Well, Brett, it was wonderful having you on here today. Um, I'm going to have to let you go because if I keep you on here much longer, your wife's going to get very, very angry because she's stuck with the kids, and
No
I don't
problem,
want,
man.
and I don't want you to get hurt.
I
You're
love
supposed.
being on anytime, man.
Well, you know what? We'll be in touch, and like I said, I'm going to put you on for my next year's list, and I'm going to look at that killer cut.
You
You know.
better. I'll
Hmm.
come after you.
I'm not worried. All I have to do is do a little photo of Scotty's boxers there and stick it. You know, I know how to counter that. Japers, I could stick those boxers in front of a charging bear and the bear will run away. Yeah. Well, anyway, you have yourself a wonderful day, and God bless. Keep yourself safe out there, and I look forward to seeing that family Doubtfire challenge when that happens too.
All right, we'll
Send me
get it
the
out there for you.
send me the link to your charity, and I'll make a donation at that time as well.
All right, you got it.
Yeah, yeah, we could do that. All right.
All right. Thanks for having me on, buddy. I do. I love this. This is great. It is an honor to me.
Well, it's an honor for me as well. You know, this is your third time on, so obviously I think highly of you. Not everybody gets on here 3 times. Scotty's been on 6 though, so he's doubled it.
Yeah,
Yeah. 6 times for Scotty McCoy.
that's a
I know he,
lot.
yeah, a lot to put up with him.
Yeah. You two are going to start looking alike soon as they're spending so much time together.
Oh, please don't say that. Oh my goodness. I've never met him in person either, but you wouldn't know that to hear us talk, you know. I've never been to the States before, so yeah. Now that I know Scotty's there with his boxers, I know what states to stay out of.
Yeah.
Oh, God bless you, man. You have yourself a wonderful day.
All right. Stay safe, Greg.
All right. Take care. Keep doing what you're doing.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
High five.